Unknown number. Kendra Licari. Cyberbullying. Her own daughter. Hello, I'm H.G. Tudor. You may be familiar with the case that has just appeared as a Netflix program about Kendra Licari, who was convicted of cyberbullying her own daughter. Let's go into the events of this case with a view to making a determination as to whether Kendra Licari might be described as a narcissist, or could it be something else? Kendra Gail Licari, born in August 1980, grew up near Detroit, Michigan, in a working-class environment. As a teenager, she experienced significant trauma, including being raped at age 17, an event that would later resurface as a contributing factor to her actions. The assault left deep emotional scars, which Kendra suppressed for years. She eventually married Sean Licari, and the couple had a daughter, Lauren, who became the center of Kendra's world. Kendra worked in IT roles, including positions at Central Michigan University, from which she was fired for performance issues, and later Ferris State University. She was known as an outgoing, cool mom in the small community of Beale City, Michigan, a tight-knit rural town with about 350 residents centered around farming, sports, and the local Catholic Church. Kendra coached Lauren in softball and basketball, often bragging about her daughter's achievements to other parents, sometimes to the point of annoyance. Friends described her as fun, outgoing, the life of the party. Lauren, described as delicately slim, tomboyish and blonde, excelled in sports and was popular in her small school, Beale City High School, which had only about 300 students across grades 7 through to 12. The community emphasized youth athletics, with parents heavily involved. Kendra's involvement extended to volunteering at school events and joining family trips, positioning herself as deeply embedded in Lauren's social circle. However, underlying tensions existed. Kendra's need for control and belonging in a community where she was seen as a transplant might be suggested to have fueled her later behavior. Financial strains also loomed, as Kendra's job changes led to instability, including delayed rent payments on their log cabin home. In the fall of 2017, the then 13-year-old Lauren Licari and her classmate Owen McKenney began dating after Owen sent her an Instagram DM expressing interest, encouraged by mutual friends. Their relationship quickly became serious in the eyes of their small community, earning them the nickname Golden Couple. Kendra enthusiastically supported the romance, often asking the pair to pose for photos, which Lauren turned into gifts like personalized phone cases for Owen. Kendra would suggest activities for them, such as jumping on the trampoline or riding in Lauren's utility vehicle, and talked about the kids as if they were going to be together forever. This involvement raised eyebrows among other parents. One noted Kendra once took Lauren's phone to read her text with Owen. Evidence from interviews suggests Kendra's fixation stemmed from her own unresolved trauma, fearing Lauren would face similar hardships as a teenager. During this period, Kendra's family life appeared idyllic on the surface. They lived in a 4-bedroom log cabin that Sean called his dream home, purchased after Kendra claimed a salary bump from her new job at Ferris State University in spring 2019. However, records later revealed Kendra had been fired from her previous role at Central Michigan University for performance issues, and the Ferris job did not provide the financial boost she claimed, setting the stage for mounting debts. By fall 2019, as Lauren and Owen entered 7th grade, the first anonymous texts appeared, targeting the couple's social life. Messages jeered that Lauren wasn't invited to the annual Halloween party, hosted by classmate Chloe Wilson's mother, Tammy. Owen showed these to his parents, who dismissed them as a childish attempt to break up the pair. Kendra, aware of the texts, positioned herself as a supportive parent helping Lauren navigate the hurt. The early harassment paused briefly, but foreshadowed the escalation. Community members later speculated that these texts were Kendra's initial foray into cyberbullying, although she denied sending the originals, claiming she only later started to do so to flush out the real culprit. The Licari and McKenney families grew closer during the COVID-19 pandemic, forming a bubble for dinners and bonfires. Kendra coached Owen's track team, becoming like a second mom to him, and drove Lauren hours to watch his games. Her involvement extended to suggesting family vacations around Owen's tournaments, which Jill McKenney, Owen's mother, politely declined. In October 2020, as Lauren and Owen started 8th grade, the anonymous text resumed with increased vitriol. Using apps that generated new phone numbers, making blocking impossible, the sender claimed Owen was interested in someone else. "It is obvious he wants me. His attention is constantly on me. Not sure what you say, but he's coming to the Halloween party, and we're both DTF, down to fuck." Another read, "He wants nothing to do with you. He thinks you're annoying and an ugly ass bitch, and wishes you would leave him the fuck alone. Why do you think he's on his phone all the time texting me? You didn't get invited to sleep with him. I did. I'm spending the night with him. I'm sharing a bed with him. Not you." These messages preyed on Lauren's insecurities, accusing Owen of cheating and describing explicit acts. Jill McKenney reported the text to school officials at Beale City Public Schools, who advised blocking the numbers. Tammy Wilson called Kendra to confirm Lauren was invited to the party. Lauren fought back in replies. "I don't care what you say. Owen and I are solid and you're not going to break us," but sought reassurance from Owen, texting him questions about other girls. The text paused after a few weeks, but the damage lingered. Kendra, outwardly supportive, cried during meetings with school staff, vowing to help find the bully. By spring 2021, the harassment prompted Beale City Public Schools to file a formal complaint with law enforcement. Isabella County Sheriff Mike Main led the investigation, initially suspecting a classmate. Kendra actively participated, providing tips and even offering her IT expertise to trace the sender. She resisted simple solutions like changing Lauren's phone number, arguing it wouldn't stop the bully. Superintendent William Chilman noted the shock when suspicion turned to Kendra. "Even when we realised that it wasn't a kid, we weren't expecting that it would be a parent." During this time, Kendra was placed on a performance improvement plan at Ferris State for excessive non-work texting, citing stress from the cyberbully. She quit in August 2021, feigning remote work to Sean, who noticed her evading financial questions by redirecting to the bullying drama. The text resumed viciously on September 13th, 2021, escalating to 40 to 50 per day through February 2022 and beyond. They mocked Lauren's appearance. "You are the ugliest person I've ever seen. Fucking trash, but don't be fucking wearing leggings. Ain't no one want to see your anorexic flat ass." And "anorexic toddler with a little tyke's body." Sexually explicit messages targeted Owen. "Owen wants sex, BJs and making out. He don't want your sorry ass." Threats included suicide encouragement. "Kill yourself, bitch. His life would be better if you were dead." And "before we do," one altered a homecoming photo of Lauren with vomiting emojis and words like skank and hoe. Lauren and Owen's relationship strained under the pressure. They broke up in fall 2021. Kendra explained her actions as stemming from resurfacing trauma. "As Lauren started getting older, I had things that were suppressed come forward. I wanted to try to control the outcome of her journey." She claimed the messages weren't targeted at insecurities, but admitted to sending thousands. Evidence from police reports shows tens of thousands of texts with IP addresses linking back to Kendra's devices. The investigation focused on classmates like Chloe Wilson, fracturing friendships and causing social isolation for suspects. Lauren reflected in interviews, "She told me to kill myself. It makes me feel a little bit sad. Why is my own mom telling me to do that?" In April 2022, amid the ongoing bullying, the Licaris faced eviction from their cabin after months of unpaid rent. They pleaded for a delay, citing unemployment. We do not have any other place to go and are completely terrified of being homeless with our daughter. The court evicted them regardless. This coincided with the local investigation stalling, prompting involvement from Bay City police officer Bradley Peter as an FBI liaison. Peter subpoenaed records from the text-generating app, analysing thousands of numbers for a common IP address. Only one matched: Kendra's. This digital footprint, combined with Kendra's IT knowledge, used to mask locations with VPNs, provided irrefutable evidence. In August 2022, police executed a search warrant at the Licari home. Confronted with the IP evidence, Kendra admitted to sending the messages almost immediately. Bodycam footage captured Lauren's disbelief and Sean's fury. "I just can't believe she would do something like that to her daughter, that supposedly she loved dearly. Just makes me sick." Kendra claimed she started texting to identify the real initial sender, but acknowledged the escalation. Sheriff Main believes she was responsible for all of the texts, totaling hundreds of pages of graphic content. On December the 12th, 2022, Kendra was arrested in Mount Pleasant, Michigan, charged with 2 counts of stalking a minor, 2 counts of using a computer to commit a crime, and obstruction of justice. Prosecuting attorney David Barberi highlighted the insane digital footprint. "We had tens of thousands of text messages. Her IP address was popping in and out right before and right after these messages were going through." Kendra was released on $5,000 bond, but declined comment. The arrest shocked Beale City, fracturing community ties. Kendra's cousin, Melissa Perry, noted her withdrawal. More introverted, didn't reach out as much. In March 2023, Kendra pleaded guilty to 2 counts of stalking a minor. On April 2023, Judge Mark Duthie sentenced her to 19 months to 5 years in prison, calling the case truly horrible and revealing the worst in human nature. "I can't imagine any parent saying such horrible things to her own daughter." The plea deal prohibited contact with Lauren. Sean divorced Kendra and gained full custody. Kendra was released on parole on August 8, 2024, after serving about 16 months, with supervision until February 2026. Living in Michigan, she supposedly expressed remorse in the Netflix documentary Unknown Number, The High School Catfish, released on August 29, 2025. "I'm very disappointed in myself," she stated. Director Skye Borgman noted Kendra's gradual reckoning, participating late in filming to address questions and speak to Lauren directly. As of September 2025, Kendra and Lauren remain estranged per court order, though Lauren, now 18, has expressed mixed feelings, initially wanting her mum back but later approaching cautiously. Lauren has deepened her bond with her father and moved on from Owen. They broke up before the revelation. It appears that Kendra was certainly seeking attention through fabricated crises. Her cousin has spoken about how whenever anybody was having a discussion, Kendra would be dancing in the corner for the purposes of trying to attract attention. This is a brief overview of what has happened, but essentially, a mother spent a considerable amount of time cyberbullying her own daughter by sending her unpleasant messages about her and her relationship with her boyfriend. This wasn't a one-off. Thousands of messages were sent over a sustained period of time. This was harmful. It was driving two individuals apart, and most of all, it was directed at and harmed the very person that she was meant to, as a mother, to defend, support, and love. She admitted her behaviour, and the evidence demonstrated that she clearly engaged in this behaviour. There was little room for doubt. She was sent to prison. But what has driven this behaviour? What has caused her to act in this way? And what has caused her to become involved in the Netflix documentary where she appeared on camera? I'm going to examine these behaviours and more as I analyse in part 2 what might have driven Kendra Licari to behave as she did by cyberbullying her own daughter. Join me there.